Hello, it is I, your boy Gomi, and we are back for the final UFC card of the year. Yes, it has been a long year of fights. I've said my grievances about this year overall in the last card, my breakdown video for the last card, and I'm happy 2024 is over. And at least we're ending it with what should be a pretty good card. I'm not gonna lie, I do like this card for a fight night. I think it's actually a very solid fight night. Got some good names, some competitive matchups. Does have a few old geezers who shouldn't be there, but I just think it's a good card overall for a fight night. So I'll take it. I like Buckley. I'm not a big fan of Covington anymore. I used to be, but not anymore. So I would like to see Covington lose, but I don't know. Will he lose? Will he win? Who knows? We did pretty good last card as well too. I only got 3 fights wrong. Choi, Chiesa, and Luque surprised me, but then again, I did say Luque, like any other day of the week, if it wasn't for the brain bleed, I'd pick him over Grimbo any day of the week. Regardless, didn't pick him, and the card is over. It was an okay card. Let's look at UFC Tampa. Happy they're not ending in the Apex too, and they're ending it, going somewhere. I do enjoy that as well too. So right away, getting into the first fight of the night, we're gonna have Josephine Knudsen versus Pierre Rodriguez. God, what a mean look you got. What a mean look. But yeah, this is a decent fight overall. You have an undefeated women's MMA prospect in Knudsen versus Pierre Rodriguez. Still a prospect as well too, coming off a loss, but doesn't mean her stock has gone down. And this is actually a pretty solid women's MMA fight, if I do say so myself. It really feels like a textbook striker versus grappler, in Knudsen being the striker, Rodriguez being the grappler. But I will say, Knudsen actually has some pretty good grappling. She doesn't show as much, but her grappling is not that bad, if I do say so myself. I like Knudsen in this matchup overall though. I think she's going to be the much better Muay Thai specialist. She does have a very accomplished background in Muay Thai overall. I'm trying to pull up, what did I pick again? Yeah. She has a very accomplished background in Muay Thai overall. She's a specialist with good grappling defense. While Rodriguez at the end of the day feels like a grappler bust. Now nowadays in MMA, especially lower level MMA, like unfortunately majority of women's MMA, sometimes grappling can be all you need. So that's why it's a little bit harder of a fight to pick. I'm going to be going Knudsen by decision, and let's see what the odds are. Minus 218. I figured, to be honest, you would be a little bit closer than that, but I'll take it. Wouldn't bet it, but I do agree with it. Davy Grant versus Ramon Tavares. This is a fight that I don't really have a whole ton to really say on, to be perfectly honest with you. Davy Grant puts on some very fun fights, not gonna lie. Same thing with Ramon Tavares. There should be a banger of a fight. It's just that that's pretty much all it is. And the main thing that's really making me hesitant overall is the inactivity of Davy Grant. He does not fight nearly as often as he should. He's coming off a 1.5 year layoff. When's the last time he fought? Wasn't it Aspinall? No, was it? Oh god, it was the Aspinall versus Tibura fight. Yeah, he's just inactive. He fights once every year or 2 years, to be perfectly honest with you, and that's really about it. But he puts on fun fights when he's there. Ramon Tavares, though, he lives up to his nickname of the Savage, and he throws down. I really like watching him fight. I think he's got good power, good striking. I just think overall it'll be a very fun fight. I'm going to be leaning to Tavares by decision. Not because he has no finishing ability, but because Grant is pretty durable. He's pretty tough to get out there, so. Miranda Maverick versus Jamie Lynn Horf. Man, Maverick. I don't know what to do with her. Sometimes I'm like, man, I think this is a great spot for her. I think she's going to run through her. And she barely wins. Sometimes I look at her and she's like, God, she's garbage, and she still wins. She only really lost to Jasmine Jasovicius, which screwed me over. Other than that, I've been consistently picking her. Well, within recently. Other than that, I've been consistently picking her. It's been working out very, very well. I still can't believe how long ago the Blanchfield fight was. That was like 4 years ago or something like that. But it's just that, like I said, she's just inconsistent. I definitely like her in this spot. But it's like this, like I like her in every spot usually, and then she barely wins. Horf, on the other hand, she's big for the division. She's a very big girl. She's durable. She's got good striking for women's MMA. Solid power. That's it. I just think overall this should be a spot where Miranda Maverick should win, but I just think she's not going to do very well going off her track record. And if she does win, she's going to sneak by. That scares me. I'm not betting this fight. I didn't even write down anyone to pick for this fight. I'm going to go with Miranda Maverick, but just know now I don't like it. I don't like it. And I forgot. I have a big old note that says check the odds, by the way, on my screen. I still didn't check the odds for last fight. Ramon Taveras is a -125 favorite over Davy Grant. And Miranda Maverick is going to be a -455 favorite over Jamie Lynn Horf. I'd bet Horf. Nah. On to the next fight. I want to look at the odds for this one first, because I have a feeling this one's going to scare me too. Oh, the odds aren't out. Okay, fair enough. Who's short notice? It's Johns who's short notice, if I'm correct. But yes, this is a short notice fight. Miles Johns going up against Felipe Lima. This should be a fun fight as well too. I've talked about Miles Johns a few times on the channel. The thing about Miles Johns that always just perplexes me is he has so much power. He throws so much weight behind his shots, and you look and he connects and he thuds. He hardly has any knockouts. Like, he's primarily going to decision. He has 4 knockouts, 9 decisions. Like, what is this? And then Felipe Lima is a guy that a lot of people are very high on. A lot of people are very excited for going off his last fight against Naimov, absolutely destroying him in Saudi Arabia. I don't think I actually saw that fight as it aired, but I did go back and watch it. And just, like, Lima was on short notice, yet Naimov gassed. And eventually he just overtook him. He got the submission. It was very impressive, honestly. But do I think he's able to take on Johns? No. I think Johns is still going to be the better wrestler. I think he has more power. He'll probably knock him down, but won't knock him out. Yeah, and Lima, like I said, is still a little bit of an unknown. I might be against the grain with this one, but I'm going to be looking at Miles Johns to get it done by decision. I picture he's probably going to be a little bit of an underdog. I just said the odds aren't out for it. Let's see if I can scrounge up some odds. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but yeah, I'm leaning towards Johns, but I acknowledge he's probably the underdog. Just using my brain. Sean Woodson versus Fernando Padilla. This should be a fun fight. This should be a good old scrapper. Sean Woodson still confuses me. I don't like looking at it. I don't like his body structure. I don't like it. For those of you who don't know, he used to be a heavyweight boxer. Now he fights in MMA at the featherweight 145 division. Weird. Absolutely weird. But regardless, it helps him out a lot because he's long and lanky. And that, a lot of times, long and lanky is a recipe for success. Look at Carlos Prates. One of the main reasons he has such success in the welterweight division is long and lanky. Same thing goes for the featherweight division. He's got some good popping jabs. Jeez, I couldn't speak. He has some good popping jabs. I do like overall how he fights at range. My main thing with Woodson is he just doesn't have power. He really struggles with that, which could be an issue. But he's so awkward that he can sometimes just land on the button. So that's a good thing, except Fernando Padilla is not getting knocked out. Fernando Padilla is durable to all hell. That boy has never been knocked out, never been submitted. He cannot be finished, in my honest opinion. He went to war with Kyle Nelson, still didn't get finished. And he just throws down. Simple as that. I really think that these guys are going to be slinging the pocket. Fernando Padilla as well, too, is going to be tall. He's going to be pretty long as well, too, but there's still going to be a reach advantage for Woodson. I think that Padilla is going to do a good job of running in there, getting in close, and making a good old war. And Woodson will try to control distance. I'm slightly leaning towards Padilla, just because I don't think Woodson's going to land enough shots to really win moments against him, and Padilla, I think, will walk him down and go in there. So it's my pick. Odds-wise, I'm probably taking the underdog, aren't I? Yes, I am! Woodson's going to be 162, and Fernando Padilla is going to be plus 136. Next fight is not the fight on my odds sheet. Yoel Alvarez versus Drakkar Klose. I like this fight a lot. Have I liked the last 3 fights in a row? I don't think that even happened last pay-per-view. Yeah, I like this fight a lot. The only fight I don't like is this one. So far, it's the only one I don't like. But yes, Yoel Alvarez versus Drakkar Klose. Yoel Alvarez is an absolute beast, I will say so. Klose, on the other hand, despite his record, feels like a journeyman to me. His record looks really pretty, but the thing is, like, he's been fighting in the UFC for so long, and he's been barely fighting, to be honest with you. He's been fighting in the UFC since 2017, I believe. Yes, 2017. And he's fought guys like Bobby Green, Beneil Dariush, Rafa Garcia, Joaquim Silva, Joe Solecki. He's fought like a lot of, like, Lando Venata, I believe he fought too. He's fought some good names and such like that, but the problem is he doesn't fight very often. By the way, if you ever see the one picture of Rogan, DC, and Onik where they're going, oh, the main one that you see the most actually comes from the Klose Dariush fight when Dariush knocked him out. That's actually the main one that you guys all see, by the way. Yeah, back to this fight. Yoel Alvarez, man, he's really improved. He's improved his striking immensely. He looked so good in his last fight, which was against was it? Elvis Brenner. He looked so good his last fight against Brenner. His submission game is still absolutely on point, and despite his 3 losses, he's only lost to good guys. He lost to freaking fighting for the belt, Arman Saryukin. Jesus Christ, what's wrong with my brain? Arman Saryukin, and back when we thought Damir Ismagulov was going to be the new generation, he ended up not being. But he's only lost to them, and Arman finished him, but Jesus Christ, that was a massacre. But an impressive massacre on Yoel Alvarez's part, because that's a fight that should not have went as long as it did, but it did because he just didn't quit. He just didn't quit. By the way, if you want to see a bloody fight, go watch Saryukin versus Yoel Alvarez. I love that fight. But it's a testament to how durable Yoel Alvarez is, and Drakkar Klose seems to be chinny. He seems to be chinny, to be honest with you. He gets tagged. He's been knocked out brutally by Dariush. I could see him lose by finish. And to be honest with you, Yoel Alvarez, he has only won by finishes. Drakkar Klose has a wrestling face where he's going to want to take him down to the ground, but Yoel Alvarez likes that. Yoel Alvarez really does not shoot takedowns. 0, that's not right. He hasn't shot. That's not right. That's not right. But he still shoots tons of submissions. He loves when guys take him down to the ground, or he gets club and subs, so I could see Drakkar trying to take him down and getting submitted, to be honest with you. I could see him getting stuck in a nasty guillotine or getting caught in a triangle. Either way, I like Yoel Alvarez to win this fight, and I'm going to take him by submission is what I wrote, right? Yes, I wrote submission. So, yep, Alvarez by submission. Odds. I just saw it. The note yelling at me. Where are the odds? Oh, there you go. Yoel Alvarez is a minus 375 favorite over Drakkar Klose, plus 295. I think that line's a little high. I think he should be 200s, maybe high 100s. I think he'll win. I don't like those odds. They're not fun to bet, and I wouldn't even put that in maybe in a parlay piece, but that's debatable. Oh, last fight of the prelims. Oh boy, good old coin flip versus Ottman Azaitar. The OG inconsistent. You know what he is? You know what he is? The OG inconsistency, Mr. Coin Flip himself. Yeah, the menace of our fucking wallets, man. Jesus Christ, he's a coin flip. Simple as that. One day he'll lose to Josh Emmett. Next day, oh, guess what? He beat Dustin Poirier. Next day, he loses to Justin Gaethje. Oh, guess what? He beat Tony Ferguson. then it just doesn't make sense. He'll lose to Jamie Markey. Oh, but then he beat Mark Jacasey. Oh, he lost to CDF, but then he beats Darius. Like, it just, I don't know. You can't bet a Michael Johnson fight. You can't gauge how it's gonna go. He won his last fight, so I think Ottman Azatar will win. I do think Ottman Azatar is gonna win. Ottman Azatar, he is not good, but he is fun to watch because he is a chaotic brawler with no real game plan. Honestly, he can get tagged and knocked out pretty easily. It's been done many times. Matt Frabola knocked him out, Prado knocked him out, and Coin Flip can't knock him out. Coin Flip absolutely can. Coin Flip used to have a ton of power, but I feel now at his age, at the tender young age of 38, I feel like it's finally started to dissipate. There's no reason Darius Flowers made it to the decision against him. There's no way you didn't knock out Jamie Malarkey. Granted, that fight was a little bit of a robbery if I'm remembering correctly now, but no. Not picking this fight. I'm not saying who's gonna win. I'm not gonna pick whatsoever. You can kiss my butt. Why did I censor myself? Kiss my ass. Kiss my whole asshole. Coin Flip is a -8, -185 favorite. No. No. Navajo Sterling versus Tuco's gonna freaking die. Navajo Sterling is a beast, absolute phenom. His striking is really good. Coming out of the city kickboxing gym, he's very, very patient. He's a little patient to the leaning towards the slow end, which kind of sucks, but he still searches for the finish the whole time. I like what I've been seeing from him. The light heavyweight city kickboxing guys have been pretty solid, and I think he's gonna follow suit as well too. I think Navajo Sterling's gonna knock out Tuco. Tuco has really good power. Kind of it. It's kind of it. It's kind of it. He's got really good power. No grappling. Navajo does not have a grappling base, so we shouldn't worry there. But I still think he's gonna outclass Tuco, to be perfectly honest with you. I have not liked what little we've seen from Tuco, and I've liked what little we've seen from Navajo. So give me Navajo Sterling to get it done by TKO. Oh god, -500. Yeah, no, not betting that. Maybe by TKO if the line is decent, but I doubt it. Adrian Yanez versus Daniel Marcos. I'm gonna keep this brief with you guys. I liked Yanez, I still do, but it's been made clear he's not at the level he needs to be. He's been getting nothing but favorable matchups, and he's losing those. He can't grapple, so they're avoiding giving him grapplers. So what do they do instead? So what does he do to repay that? Is he gets knocked out all the time. I watched him get knocked out live by Rob Font, who do I want to say Rob Font doesn't have power? No, current Rob Font, the Rob Font that he fought in Miami. And then besides that, he's just losing most of these fights. He beat Salvador, which is nice. Other than that, he got beat up by Martinez, leg kick to oblivion. It's just not looking good for him. And guess what? One of the main things that I wrote about Daniel Marcos, leg kicks. His leg kicks are nasty. He's undefeated. He's very dangerous. He doesn't get a ton of knockouts or finishes, but I think Giannis is a guy that's finish or be finished. So I'm going to be leaning towards Daniel Marcos, and I'm going to lean him to get it done by TKO. I just think he's going to be better than Giannis. Giannis just has boxing, and even then, it's not the best in the division. He's a Piotr Jan victim. Just like Vitor Petrino was an Anthony Smith victim. Vitor Petrino versus Dustin Jacoby. God, I still think Petrino is really good, really solid, athletic, great striker, great power. But fudge, I didn't read the odds. This is not there. Oh, Yanez plus 150, Marcos minus 180. But yes, but the thing about Petrino is he's dumb. He's a big dumb Brazilian. The fact that he got submitted the way he did by Anthony Smith showed his fight IQ is teetering to that of a shovel and then a candy cane. Dustin Jacoby, high-level kickboxer, really good striker. Old, just old. He's been picking up a lot of losses. He had a nice win back in. I saw him fight live too, actually. I did see him fight live, did I not? He was at the Nashville card. Yeah, he was not. No. I'm thinking of someone else. But regardless, he's picked up some good wins against Turkali, Prachnio, Bukaskis, Pedro. Those are all guys you should beat. Oh, I'm thinking of them. No, he was at the... I was about to say, wait, he didn't beat any of those guys. What am I on about? What's wrong with me? Yeah, he fought Kenny Nchuku in the Nashville card. Jesus Christ. I'm reading off Petrino's wins. I'm like, wait, you never fought any of these guys? You never fought these guys? But yes, Dustin Jacoby picked up a nice win against Nchuku. Other than that, oh God, get my face. Other than that, like, he's picked up a lot of losses against Roundtree, Ozma, Menefield, Reyes. I thought he was going to be the death of Reyes, but it turns out he wasn't. He wasn't. Vitor Petrino, like I said, a little bit of a dumbass, and I read up his wins earlier. He's got some good wins. Just that one loss to Smith, I don't think is enough to make me kind of think Jacoby, who's on a decline, is going to beat him. I think Petrino will get it done. I think he's going to get it done by TKO, to be honest with you. So, give me Vitor Petrino to get it done by KO. Odds. Minus 298 for Petrino, plus 240 for Jacoby. I agree with that. I really do. Menel Kape versus Bruno Silva. Has the Menel Kape hype finally died out yet? Has it finally died yet? So many people were so high on Menel Kape because he told Israel Adesanya to sit down at a press conference and talk some shit to Kai Kara-France. Since that, Menel Kape went life to death with Felipe Dos Santos, a short notice debut, and he lost to Makayev in a pretty uneventful fight. That was a neutered Makayev who was told not to grapple. Meanwhile, Kai Kara-France knocked out Steve Erceg in the first round. But yeah, I've just never been a fan of Menel Kape. I don't like his personality. I don't like how he acts, and I don't think he's exciting as a fighter. I think he's very talented, but his problem is he always fights down to his opponent, and if there's a takedown threat, he shells up. He clams up, and he's not throwing his shots. He searches for that one big knockout shot, and he does everything in his power not to get taken down. We see it in the Pantoja fight, we see it in the Dvorak fight, we see it in the Dos Santos fight. These are all fights that he won, except for the Pantoja fight, but he's been terrified of like going to the ground. I think even the Nicolau fight, I don't remember that fight, but I think even that fight as well too. I think Menel Kape, I don't like him in this position. I don't know, he's so inconsistent to me. I think he'll lose to Bruno Silva. I don't know, man. The problem about Bruno Silva is he's got really good BJJ. It's just that he doesn't shoot takedowns. But if he shoots takedowns, I think he could beat Menel Kape. It's a hard one. This is a heavy reach. I'm going to picture Menel Kape being a big favorite, but I like Bruno Silva get it done. I'm going to take him to get done by decision. So that's what I wrote, right? I didn't write anything for this fight, like in terms of wins. Interesting. Menel Kape is minus 345 plus 275 for Bruno Silva. I know I'm picking Silva, but don't pick Kape. You don't gotta pick Silva. Don't pick Kape. Don't bet this fight. Don't bet this fight. Don't bet this fight because it will suck your wallet. I think it should be a fun fight, but I don't know. And on to the co-main event of the evening. Cub Swanson is going to be taking on Billy Q. Solid fight between some solid veterans. Billy Q, I don't like his smirk, but he's a good fighter. Cub Swanson, is he 40 or is he pushing 40? He's pushing. He's 41. Yeah. You gotta go with Billy Q here. Billy Q is not super young. He's not super young. He's still over the threshold of the you're not going to be champion, which is 36. Only Bilal Muhammad is beating that. Keep in mind, that's for the lower weight classes, 170 and a little bit lower. But I still think he's just going to be the better fighter overall than Cub Swanson. Cub Swanson is still a crafty veteran. He's got some solid kicks, some good straights. But Billy Q, I just think has the better kicks, and I think he has the better overall boxing, and he has really good wrestling, high volume. I just like Billy Q in this matchup. I like him to get done by decision. Minus 155 for Billy Q and plus 130 for Cub Swanson. Perfect odds. Those make sense. Those are good odds. And on to the main event of the evening. The long, I guess, awaited return of Colby Covington. It's been a freaking year when he wasn't, I mean, he was injured according to himself, but still a year out. And he's going to be taking on Joaquin Buckley. Now, I like Buckley. I've always liked Buckley. You know why? One of the reasons I really like Buckley, you guys know me. You know one of the things I love is I love activity. This is Buckley's 4th fight of the year. Yep. And every fight he's had this year as well, too, has been good. The Ruzy Boy fight was okay. But he took out Luke, he took out Wonder Boy, and I think he might take out Covington. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm liking Buckley. He had a really good 2024. That was really good because he had a great 2020, and it kind of went nowhere between the next 4 years of his career, which I really don't like. I was like a big Buckley fan after a ninja kick, and he had some good wins, had some mid wins. Regardless, Colby Covington's gonna be 36 years old. He's at the threshold, not winning the belt anymore, unless you're Bilal Muhammad. 17 wins, 4 losses, 3 knockouts, 5 submissions. Jesus Christ, Colby, I thought it was better than that. 5'11" in terms of height, orthodox stance, 72-inch reach disadvantage, a 3.76 takedown average, 52% on the dot, significant strike accuracy. I love that. I love that even number. Plus 220 on odds. He is an underdog. Significant wins over Jorge Masvidal, Tyron Woodley, Robbie Lawler, and RDA. Only one person of his significant wins is on the roster, and that's me being generous, by the way. Joaquin Buckley is going to be 30 years of age. 20 wins, 6 losses, 14 knockouts. Not a goddamn submission to his name. 5'10" in terms of height, southpaw stance, 76-inch reach, advantage, a 1.96 takedown average, a 39.64% significant strike accuracy, plus 270 favorite. Significance over Wonderboy, Nusatan Rozaboyev, Vicente Luque, and Alex Morono. Activity is so great, and it's such a tuned weapon on his hand. As long as he's taking care of himself, he's had a lot of rest and recovery, dude. Like, I'm telling you right now, activity is the way. You can be too active and burn out. Like, I think that's what happened to Izzy in the Strickland fight. But activity is how you get better. Going up against the best, not even there's the best guys in the world, just going up against good fighters, you learn, you improve, you get better. And if you do that in rapid succession, all that experience he got from facing a heavy wrestler like Ruzaboyev, a all-around solid striker from Luque with good power who can be very dangerous, good submission game, and the extremely hard to pinpoint bizarre karate style Wonder Boy. He's soaking up all of that to take on a Colby Covington who hasn't had a win in 2 years, a Colby Covington who hasn't been in the ring in a year. Inactivity kills. Now, I know that's bit me in the ass in the past, and it's been really good in the past. It depends. I don't think Colby Covington's heart is in it, to be perfectly honest with you. I look at Twitter right now and I could just see him promoting some gambling. Meanwhile, you know what I see from Joaquin Buckley on Twitter? You know what I've seen from him on Twitter lately? Lately nothing, because he's in the gym. He's training, getting ready to fight Colby. Colby historically is tough, only really being knocked out by Usman. He took some big shots from Edwards. Make no mistake, it was an uneventful fight. He did not throw, neither guy threw that much, but Edwards did throw some pretty big shots. It's just he threw one every 6 minutes. And he ate some shots from Masvidal. He's ate big shots from Colby. He has a good chin and good recovery. I don't think Buckley will be able to it's a first for everything. Yeah, I didn't think he was going to be able to knock out Wonderboy. I didn't think he'd be able to knock out Wonderboy. Screw it. He can knock out Colby. I'm going to say it. The second I was going to say I don't think he'll knock him out, I saw Wonderboy's name and I remembered Wonderboy's only ever been knocked out by Buckley and Pettis. I think Buckley will knock out Colby Covington. I'm going to say it. I'm going to be bold about it. The only thing that concerns me is Buckley is very wild with his swings. That's why his accuracy is so piss poor. It could work out because he puts a lot of power into it, but if he misses and Colby takes him down, it's going to be hard to get back up. His get back up game is good, but it's going to be hard against a guy like Colby because that's still a specialty of his. He doesn't have a submission threat, so as long as he realizes that, he should be able to get up. It's just that regardless, Colby can smother him. I think though Buckley's the bigger guy, so have the strength advantage, but Colby still overall has the grappling advantage and the grappling know-how. So I don't know. It's a tough matchup. It's a close fight. I don't think the odds should be accurate. I think Colby should be closer, but oh well. I just think Buckley's, it's his time. He's hungrier. He has more, like I said, he's fought more. Colby has more tread on the tires. He's, like I said, he has no wins over active UFC fighters other than RDA. I don't know. It's just that stylistically, this is a matchup you probably would pick Colby stylistically. But I think Buckley's time is now. And like I'd like to say, Buckley's grappling is not bad. Ruziboyev is not anywhere near the grappler of Colby, but he was still able to do very well against him in the grappling aspect and the grappling realm. I think Buckley can improve heavily on that and land some big shots in Colby and get him out there. I just don't think Colby's harder than it anymore. I used to be a Colby fan, not anymore. But yes, that is going to be it for the last card of the year. Please let me know what you think in the comment sections below. Let me know what your favorite moments of the year is, what your favorite card is of the year. And let me know if you're excited for 2025, because 2024, in my opinion, sucked, but 2025, ooh man, we're starting off with a banger with 311. And that's the only thing I'm looking forward to right now. Once again, this has been your boy Gomi. Bye-bye.